Hey guys, before we start, I just want to give a massive shout out to TBC Live. Guys, TBC Live is a fantastic way to interact with your favorite content creators. I am on the app, and guys, if you download the app today, you can interact with all your favorite content creators. TBC Live, you can predict the outcome of NRL games as they're happening. You can predict a try scorer, you can pick a 40-20, a goal line dropout, someone to make a couple errors, whatever it may be. There's so much you can do on there. Guys, download TBC Live today. Without further ado, let's get into the NRL Finals, Week 1, tips and predictions. Finals footy, here we go. Yes, we are back and better. What a weekend it was in Sydney. Was down there for the final round. Was at the Bulldogs versus Cowboys game. Had a fantastic time there. Saturday night, if you guys haven't checked out the Bulldogs Cowboys vlog, it was uploaded this afternoon. So make sure you go and check that out, man. It's one of the best vlogs of the entire year. So go and check out the vlog, Bulldogs Cowboys. What a fantastic weekend. But wow. NRL Finals. Wow, I can't believe how fast the season has gone. There are 8 teams left. The other 9 teams are enjoying their Mad Monday. What a week. What a fantastic final series it's going to be, man. So many big games, so much on the line. Looking forward to it. No more dead rubber games. It's just going to be absolutely fantastic. But of course, if you're new around here, guys, don't forget to like the live stream and subscribe to the channel. And let's get into it, man. Hello to the chat. Who we got in the live chat watching here? We got Josh. We got Mando. We've got Will. We've got Faraz. We got Luke. Will. Gene. Rishi. Lockie. Jason Reader is here. Shout out to Jason Reader. Has been a member for 30 months. Thank you very much, Jason Reader. Liam Pritchard. Everyone that's here, I hope you are all doing well. All right, guys, let's get into it. Finals footy, and it begins on Friday night with the first qualifying final. It is the second place Penrith Panthers up against the third place Sydney Roosters. This game was on Friday night at 7:50 p.m. from Bluebet Stadium out in Penrith. I believe it's the final game at Penrith because they are knocking the stadium down and they're going to be doing a new one. So, Panthers versus Roosters, qualifying final. Panthers, they are $1.40. The Roosters are at $3.05. What a game this is going to be, man. Panthers welcome back Nathan Cleary. Roosters welcome back a few of their players that were that had a rest last week in preparation for the finals. It's out at Penrith, Friday night footy, tough place for any team to go and win. The Roosters, you never say never with the Roosters. You can't write them off. They've got a lot of experience and a lot of big game players. So they are definitely within a shot, but you're playing the 3-time defending champions out at the foot of the mountains. Tough game, man. Nathan Cleary's back. I think Penrith are going to have a nice win on Friday night and advance to the preliminary final, and the Roosters might have to do a sudden death semi-final next week. So for me, I'm going to tip the Panthers to win this game. I think the Panthers will win, and I think the Panthers might win well. I think they'll be a little bit too good in this one here. So I'm going to go the Panthers to defeat the Roosters by 18 points. I'll go a scoreline of Panthers 28, Roosters 10. And for the first try scorer, I'm going to go with Brian Toto. Brian Toto was the first try scorer in the 2023 qualifying final when they played the Warriors. And he was also the first try scorer in the 2022 qualifying final against the Eels. So Brian Toto has scored the first try in these last 2 Week 1 finals games. I think he'll make it a third one this weekend. So Panthers by 18. Brian To'o to score the first try. Now let's move on to the second qualifying final, Saturday afternoon, down there at Amy Park in Melbourne. This game kicks off on Saturday afternoon, 4:05 p.m. What a game, man. The Melbourne Storm and the Cronulla Sharks. Melbourne, they finished first as minor premiers. They take on the Sharks, who came fourth on the NRL ladder. 4:05 game, Saturday afternoon down there in Melbourne. It's going to be a big one, man. It'll probably be a sellout. Melbourne versus Cronulla. Bit of history between the two sides. You know, it's a bit of a rivalry game. You go back to the 2016 grand final. You go back to the 2018 preliminary final. There's been some big games over the years between Melbourne and Cronulla. Definitely no love loss between the two sides. Melbourne, they are favourites, obviously. They are $1.30. The Sharks, they are at $3.50. Now, if you remember to earlier in the season, I believe it was round 8 or round 9. The Sharks went to Melbourne on a Saturday night and they beat the Storm in Melbourne without Nicho Hynes. So both teams are fairly full strength now. So it's going to be very interesting if the Sharks can do the double over the Melbourne Storm. Very big game. I'm looking forward to it. I think this game's going to be a lot closer than what a lot of people think. I've seen a few people tip the Sharks, and there is a world where I think the Sharks can win, but I just think down there in Melbourne, Amy Park, I think Melbourne will get it done. I think it's going to be a really good game, though. I think the Sharks are going to be within a shot of winning, but for me, I just think Melbourne know how to get it done at the business point of the season. And ever since Craig Fitzgibbons has took over the Sharks, he's done a great job in getting them to the finals, but the Sharks haven't won a finals game in, I think, 5 years, 6 years. It's been a while. I think 2018 was the last time. I think it was 6 years ago. So it's hard to see them doing it this weekend. So I'm going to go Melbourne. I'll go Melbourne by 8. I'll go a scoreline of 22 points to 14. And for the first try scorer, I think the Sharks might score first. I'm going to go the right edge back rubber, Britton Nakora, to score the first try of the game. So for me, Storm by 8, Britton Nakora for the first try of the game. Saturday night. Wow. I cannot wait for this, man. What a game, man. Saturday night, 7:50 p.m. from Queensland Country Bank Stadium up there in Townsville. It is my team, the North Queensland Cowboys, taking on the Newcastle Knights. The Cowboys, they come 5th on the NRL ladder. The Knights came 8th. What a game it's going to be, man. I am predicting a sellout. I'll be shocked if it's not a sellout on Saturday night, man. The Cowboys, they are the favourites. They are $1.40. The Knights are at $3.05. Now, the Cowboys pretty much get everyone back. McLean is back into the side, which is a really, really good thing. I think Jackson Purdue, or I think McKaylee drops out to the reserves. So really interesting there for the Cowboys. The Knights have just fallen into the finals. I don't know how they've fallen in. They have had a fairly soft draw to the finals, and they beat the Dolphins the other night. It wasn't the greatest performance, but they did enough to get there. So I guess well done to the Knights for getting there. But hey, Saturday night game up there in Townsville. It's going to be sold out most likely. It's going to be very hard to beat the Cowboys up there, and I am hoping that I can get to the game. I'm doing everything in my power to get to the game. It's probably a long shot to get up there, but I'm going to have a crack. I'm going to do my best to get up there on Saturday night, but we'll see how we go. Cowboys night, Saturday night. Looking forward to it, man. If I'm there, there's going to be a vlog. It's going to be one of the great times. But look, I'm going to tip the Cowboys to win. I don't want to be arrogant and say that we're going to win easy. Personally, I think we do win. I think we win fairly well. I think our attack's just too good for the Knights. So I'm going to say the Cowboys win well without being too cocky. I think we'll win well. I'll go the Cowboys by 20 points. I'll go the Cowboys 36 points to 16. and I'll go Murray Talangi to score the first try. So Cowboys by 20, Murray Talangi to score the first try. Go the Cowboys. And the final game of the round, guys, the elimination final on Sunday afternoon from Accor Stadium in Sydney. I believe they're expecting about 50 to 55,000 in attendance. So huge crowd expected Sunday afternoon. Kick off at 4:05 p.m. at Accor Stadium. Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs versus the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles. The odds, both teams are $1.90. It's an even money game. Bulldogs versus Manly. Really looking forward to this. Bulldogs obviously no Addo Carr, but they welcome back Burton and Sherry. Manly get back Tommy Turbo. What a game, man. This game has so much potential. Now, if I had a baseball bat pointed at my head and I had to guarantee a game that will be 1-12 this weekend, then I am predicting Bulldogs versus Manly to be 1-12. I think this might be the closest game of the entire weekend. Alongside Melbourne and Cronulla, I think Bulldogs and Manly is going to be very, very close. I would not be surprised if it went to Golden Point. So for me, look, I think it's a real flip of the coin. I don't know what happens. What I will say is whoever wins this game on Sunday, I think they're going to make it to the prelim final. I will say that. I think the winner of this game is going to make a bit of a run and get to the prelim final. So it's going to be huge. For me, I'm going to tip the Bulldogs by 2. I can't see them losing their last 3 games of the year, all at Accor Stadium. They were beaten by Manly at Accor Stadium in round 26, and they were beaten by the Cowboys in round 27. Surely the Dogs don't lose 3 in a row at Accor Stadium. It would be very embarrassing for them if they did. I'm not going to underestimate Manly. Manly are a hell of a team. They've got a lot of high-quality players there. I just worry about Luke Brooks' first game in the finals. Can he handle that pressure? Tommy Turbo is playing, but he's not 100% healthy, but he's going to be there regardless. Bulldogs, yeah, they may look a little bit tired, but I think this is what they've been waiting for. I think they've been waiting for this game. So I'm going to say the Bulldogs win by 2. I'll go a scoreline of Bulldogs 26, Manly 24, and I'm going to go Stephen Crichton as the first try scorer. Stephen Crichton was embarrassed last week by Val Holmes. I think Stephen Crichton will win a big game this weekend. So I'll go Bulldogs by 2, Stephen Crichton to score the very first try of the game. So we'll just go through the tips real quick in case you missed it. So Panthers Roosters, I think Panthers will win that 13 plus Friday night. Storm versus Sharks, I think Storm will win 1-12. Cowboys to beat the Knights 13 plus. And I think the Bulldogs will beat Manly 1-12. Anyway, guys, they are my tips for week 1 of the NRL Finals Series. I really appreciate all you guys for watching. If you enjoyed my NRL Finals week 1 tips and predictions, don't forget to like the stream and subscribe to the channel. I'll be live tomorrow night for the podcast, but I will suggest if you haven't watched the vlog yet, Bulldogs Cowboys, it was up this afternoon around 2 o'clock. Check it out, man. It's one of the best. Tune into it. Hell of a vlog. Hell of a weekend. Hopefully I can pull off a miracle and get to Townsville on Saturday for Cowboys Knights elimination final. Would be one of the best nights of my life if I got up there. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know who you're tipping. And, yeah, see you in the next one. Go the Cowboys.